Welcome back to the channel. Now, the cries of these mothers and family members says it all. The people are tired and fed up of the crime and violence that take place on the island. Not just in Kingston, not just in St. Catherine, not just in Westmoreland and Moby, all across the Jamaican island. Now, 4 people were shot in downtown Kingston, including 2 school students. Let me continue what go on and they will continue the reason. Look and listen. Now, this not too far from where a 17-year-old lost his life, said to be in a shootout with law enforcement, traveling in a motor vehicle with other individuals, illegal weapons found. I mean, I talk about the same caliber as being carried by law enforcement themselves. What really take place on the island? Because clearly decades of experience should have shown Jamaicans that crime and violence are on the way. We have never seen anybody that can say crime and violence has been the solution to their problems. Because crime and violence within itself leads to more problems. Downtown Kingston being a commercial hub for the Jamaican island itself. The state can't idly sit by and watch crime and violence escalate and then only resort to measures like state of emergency and zones of special operations and curfews, which years of experience have also shown the state that that is not the solution. What the MP and the council them for? If them can't mediate between the people them, and the people themselves have to look into what go on. Elected officials not living in these communities where the crime and violence are going on. Uno self say, uno see councillors and MPs until something happen. The crime and violence are the people who living in the community and feel the effects of the crime and violence. You know, hear the family member them. I know it reach a point where, as I always say, younger and younger generation I lose them lives. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Of course, answer the other stories making headlines today as attorneys representing Vybz Kartel have filed a motion to have him released till the appeal court decides whether or not they will be having a retrial. Now clearly, the judicial system has found itself in a predicament. Meaning, at this moment in time, the people may ask a very valid question. Can there be a retrial when there is money to be repaid? Money that has yet to be repaid. Now, as it pertains to the motion of the habeas corpus, they are saying that even though the appeal court has said that a date has been set for them to hear submissions from both the prosecution and the defense and whether or not they are going to decide if there's a retrial, attorneys are saying the men should be released until that date. Seeing that there are no charges against them, they are not convicted. So why are they behind the bars, so to speak? Some would say that's a technicality, but the truth is there's no charges and no conviction. Now this new information or this motion was presented to the courts today, and it seemed like judges who heard the matter are saying that this has to be, or I guess input from the prosecution has to be factored in, seeing that prosecution is the one who decides if charges are to be brought against an individual. After an individual is arrested by officers of the law, the prosecution decides if there's enough evidence to prosecute, and therefore the list of charges or the type of charges are presented against an individual. Now at current moment, there are no charges. Some say, what will be the charges if charges are brought against Vybz Kartel and other co-defendants? Well, hypothetically, it will be the same charges, because the Privy Council did not say anything about the evidence or the case itself against Vybz Kartel. What them say is that the jury tampering, that whole jury situation They are saying a fresh jury should have been brought in to continue with the initial trial. And because a fresh jury was not brought in to continue with the initial trial, they decided that, look what, we're going to quash the murder conviction. But now that the letter has started to circulate social media, people say, well, some people that consider the fine print, where it says that money should be paid back. Money spent on fees to either bring the case to the Privy Council or the whole thing itself should be paid back to the individuals. So the people must say, is the court planning a retrial before a repayment? Supporters are asked, what go on with the money? What is really taking place with the money? Seeing that in recent days too, it has been brought to the headlines that millions was paid back to individuals being looked into by the state for different unregulated conduct while in certain ministries. I tell you about people who take money and then millions have been paid to them because of wages. And some people are saying then the government never paid them. These same individuals who are probably supporters of the administration would then try to use the labor clause to take the money from the government anyway and probably even get more money in our settlement. So the government, they just have to pay them. So the people must say, wow, go on Vybz Kartel them money. Now this motion, we're going to still go on for it. Of course, we will be keeping you updated on all that will take place. But tell them what you think. Do you think that the appeal court are going to decide to do a retrial before the government can schedule any form of repayment upon the millions that was spent upon the whole Privy Council situation? Do you think the new DPP as a Vybz Kartel retrial as something that is in the best interest of the officer or justice or prosecution or whatever? Because with some people, they are pointing this out again. All the statements when I hear the attorneys them say, them not feel like there will be a retrial. They were not saying that they not feel like the prosecution are going to ask for one. They were just clearly pointing out that based on everything, them not feel like the appeal court will be making that decision. Because what will take place is, for those not in the know, on that date, them are going to make submissions. Defense attorneys are going to say why there shouldn't be a retrial. They're going to put all them different motions, all them different reasons. They're going to talk about all the reasons why there should not be a retrial. What the prosecution are doing in return is present all of the reasons why there should be a retrial. Whether it be just for justice, for the family of Mr. Williams, or whatever reasons them are going to use for justify a retrial. After all of those submissions are completed, the appeal court will then look through the submissions and then make their decision. So the decision rests solely with the appeal court. Only the appeal court can decide, say, there will be a retrial. If they decide, say, there will be no retrial, no matter what the prosecution want, there won't be one. There won't be one. As it pertains to this matter now, the only way that the prosecution can stop Vybz Kartel and other co-defendants from being immediately released, seeing that this motion has been filed, is for them to present charges against them. And the only way. If you know of a different reason why, comment in the comment section. But based on information being presented to the public now through tabloids, it sounds like, and based on what this writ is, the habeas corpus, what that writ is basically saying, if an individual is behind the bars without charges, without conviction, then something has to be done. The court has decided to make a charge or, release. But prosecution the one will do that. So I guess they might give the prosecution time to make that decision. And I guess with this decision now, we can know if the prosecution decides that there must be no reason for presenting the charges against him. Just wait until to see if the Court of Appeal decides in a retrial. Then we will see clearly that the office of the DPP and the new director does not see a retrial in the Vybz Kartel matter as the best interest for justice and, you know what I mean, for the judicial system overall. This should be a clear indicator, and that, talk to me in the comment section if you agree. If you agree that if, as what them say, no charges, because Vybz Kartel can't get convicted right now, because the first murder conviction has been quashed, and the only way he can get convicted again now is through a trial. So until a trial is done, there's no way he can be convicted. He can, however, be charged by prosecution. So tell me if you agree. If the prosecution decides them not charge Vybz Kartel, would you believe that that means that them themselves don't really want a retrial now? Them have other high profile cases and them have other things to focus on. Tell me that's what you think. If you're new to the channel as a pass through, click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon. And of course, put it on all. And this is how you know we'll be notified of all fresh content. As soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you. Right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and must a share. And tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them to check out the channel, check out the reasoning, and also join the discussion. The comment section open 24/7. It never lack it. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts and comments, and yes, your opinions there, and we can continue the reasoning via the comment section. Now, a quick recap. Attorneys representing Vybz Kartel and other co-defendants are saying that since there is no charges or convictions against Vybz Kartel and the other co-defendants, they should be released immediately until the appeal court date is set. Well, not set, has already been set. But until that appeal court date, and then the appeal court makes their decision. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. As to what I said, my sentiments for you and yours is, of course, for you to live, for you to love, and for you to prosper until the reason again. No matter like the video, you to subscribe at the opportunity this. So until the reason again, stay tuned.